Ready to put that tax return towards the purchase of a vehicle? The Team Automotive Group can help you maximize your refunds value. Choose from over 450 certified and pre-owned vehicles, with over 40 priced under $15,000. Stop by and save at any location or log on anytime to teamautouse.com.
Morning to you, everybody. Welcome to it. How you?
Not bad on Tuesday morning. I guess it is.
I guess it is all day long here. It's a Tuesday, but Tuesday morning only for a select number of hours. Welcome to it, everybody. 9:15 every Monday through Friday for WAFB Plus and 9 News Now. We've been talking about it for a while now, how warm it is to start. Yeah. And actually, I was surprised. Well, today started off a couple degrees cooler, like 4:30 when we got going. And by the 7 o'clock hour, Baton Rouge itself had dropped into the upper 60s. Cold front.
Yeah, which is where our high temperatures actually should be. Yeah, so there was a weak front that moved in yesterday and kind of put on the brakes right around the I-10, I-12 corridor. So areas north of Baton Rouge did wake up a little bit cooler, and we were slightly cooler here. South of I-10 is really no change. That boundary is pretty much falling apart, though, as we speak. So what little impact we saw late yesterday, last night, and this morning, that is fading quickly. On our way to another very warm day, and you can see part of the reason why. Look at all the sunshine we got right now. And by the way, you might notice a little bit hazy outside today. A couple of things in play. There was some dust kicked up out to our west, New Mexico, Texas, a couple of days ago by some of the big winds. That's made its way into the area. Been a little wildfire smoke coming in from the west as well. So you might notice a little bit hazy, but air quality, when I checked it this morning, low end moderate. So it's not a major issue if you have respiratory issues or anything. Something to keep an eye on. All right, here's a look at temperatures and warming up quickly. Already 75 Baton Rouge, Gonzales 77. Even New Roads, where you did sneak down into the low 60s, it was slightly cooler this morning, starting to rebound. We're at 72 in New Roads. We've got temperatures in the low 80s by noon, mid 80s for highs. Maybe not quite a record, but not too far off. The record today, 87. Going with a high of 85 and largely keeping it dry through the remainder of today. So, all right, let's give you a look at the next impactful weather that we expect other than the warm temperatures, obviously. We're jumping ahead now to Thursday evening. This is 6 o'clock Thursday. You see storms lining up from Texas into Oklahoma. That's ahead of a cold front. Locally, not much happening during the day Thursday. There could be a shower or two, but most of this expected late Thursday night, really Friday morning. So here we are now at midnight, headed into Friday, and the European has that line of storms beginning to cross the Sabine River. And then here's one of the keys. Notice how the storms don't look as intense as they move into our part of the world. Still a question mark, okay? We're not ruling out some strong and severe storms, but some of the model guidance showing that the parent storm system is going to be kind of lifting northward as the cold front moves into our area, which may take some of the energy out of it, but we need to keep an eye on it. So that's the pre-dawn hours of Friday. That's 3 a.m. And this line of showers and storms continues eastward. And you see how it shows up a little more energetic just to our north. So that's around daybreak Friday, 6 a.m. Rain should be letting up about that time, and certainly during the day on Friday, we will dry out as that cold front continues eastward. This is the updated severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center as of early this morning. Now this is the outlook Thursday into Friday morning. In our part of the world, this is primarily late Thursday night into Friday morning. So the majority of our viewing area under a 2 out of 5 slight risk of severe weather. A little bit north and northwest of us, still a 3 out of 5. Now they did pull that a little bit northward from where it was yesterday, still clipping north and northwestern sections of our viewing area. So we'll see how this plays out. Ultimately, as you go farther north, we do think the threat will be greater. It remains to be seen how many storms we generate locally, but if storms do develop, there will be some ingredients in play that would favor some of those being strong. But this kind of paints the picture on how we don't expect that much in the way of thunderstorm activity, at least widespread. The Weather Prediction Center showing rain totals averaging a 1/4 inch or less with this system, and not showing much in the way of rainfall at all south of I-10. So again, at this point, not looking like widespread storms. The concern is where they do develop, that some of them could be strong. So we'll keep an eye on it. In the interim, today right on through Thursday, warm weather continues to headline things. mid to upper 80s. So today's record 87, I think a little shy of that. Tomorrow the record is 86. We will be close. Thursday, hopefully we won't threaten that one because it's 93 on Thursday's the record. Going to actual high of 87, that's still way too warm. Small rain chances Wednesday, Thursday. We'll get some scattered storms as we talked about early Friday morning. And then it's going to be a beautiful early spring weekend, if you will, by the way. First weekend of March. So look at this, temperatures finally closer to normal. Highs low to mid 70s, couple of mornings down into the upper 40s, Saturday and Sunday. Then we'll start to see temperatures rebounding next week into the 80s. Small rain chances Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And by the way, Matt, just off of the 10-day, a little email reminder came in this morning I'd kind of forgotten about. That following weekend, that second weekend of March, that's going to be daylight saving time beginning. I think that's March 12th. So that's going to be spring forward, losing that hour of sleep. So we are about 13 days, a little less than 2 weeks away from it.
When's spring officially hit?
That's around the 20th of March. 20th,
so just after like St. Patty's Day parade kind of time frame. Maybe like that Monday after the parade.
Right around then.
All right, well.
I mean, spring's been here for like a week and a half now.
Yeah, it has. Cap, thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, folks, let's get you into some of the other headlines as you think about that day of yours. One of the things that the country's going to be focusing on, a lot of folks are, Supreme Court building. You know this one pretty well. It doesn't need to be lit up for you to know what's going on here. The justices set to hear arguments beginning today dealing with potential student loan forgiveness program. This was brought about by President Joe Biden. The pause on those loans, if you recall, if you can believe, actually been in place now for almost 3 years. Now, the pause was there before the current president began to really float the idea of a program to forgive student loans. Now, what are the justices seeing? Actually, it's two different cases. One by a couple of folks in Texas who aren't actually eligible because of the numbers to be a part of this. They'd like to be, so they're taking their arguments to the Supreme Court. The other case that the justices are hearing from a handful of Republican-led states who say, first of all, we're not sure if this is actually legal to do, and secondly, if it does happen, we're not going to be able to afford the bill. So what do the justices decide they're going to do? Again, they're hearing these arguments today and over the next number of days. We're not expecting a decision until summertime. So the program remains paused. It still has life for some folks who are happy about that. It still has life for some folks who are unhappy about that. But right now, again, paused with all that. What do justices decide to do as they hear these arguments? We still got a few months before we figure that out. We'll let you know. Want to let you know about this as well. This became a headline last night. A shooting in Baton Rouge right around 7:30 yesterday evening. This is North Ardenwood Drive. I don't know if you can tell. This is Florida's right here. You know what I can do? Right here. This is, if you can tell, that is Florida Boulevard or Florida Street. This is Airline Highway. You know that intersection right here. That's what we're talking about. This is the scene as you kind of zoom in a little bit. Again, Florida and Airline, that's the scene. Let me move you back over here. We got word this morning from BRPD saying, okay, here's what happened. Here's what they believe happened. Two groups got into some kind of an argument. Somebody in one of these groups pulled out a gun, fired off some shots, and a 16-year-old girl, unaffiliated with any of this, not a part of either of the groups, is the one who ends up catching a bullet. Just an innocent bystander. Again, two groups getting into an argument. Somebody pulls out a gun, fires off some shots. This 16-year-old girl ends up being hit. She's the one taken to the hospital. Working right now to get an official condition for her. All that we were told last night and still have not been updated this morning was stable. Well, as you know, stable is not a condition. That could be literally anything. So we'll let you know when we hear from, of course, detectives and investigators and EMS and all that. We're working with them to get you the very latest. In the meantime, if you know anything, it's Crime Stoppers at 344-STOP. Easy phone call. No one's ever going to know who you are. Could be eligible for that reward. Make that phone call. Okay. Talked about this morning. Baton Rouge General hosting a job fair this morning. Actually, got going at 9 o'clock this morning. But you still have some time to make it out there and make it happen. Where are you going? Baton Rouge General? No. If you show up over there, they're going to be... That's not where the job fair is. Main Library on Goodwood. They're going to run it until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Now, what jobs are they looking for? This is actually pretty specific. It's a couple different areas. It's cafeteria and housekeeping folks. General looking to fill some spots right there. So if you think this might be for you, they want you to RSVP. Find this story right now, WAFB.com, in your 9 News app. Put it in big, bold, black letters surrounded by a big yellow brick. Click right there. They want you to RSVP so you kind of know what's going on and what you need to bring. Again, start at 9 o'clock, but they're going to run it until 1. Main Library, Goodwood Boulevard. I don't know. You never know. Could be working for the General. New gig as you start the new year. Actually, it's March. Tomorrow. New year. Man, we're already to March almost. How about this? This is coming up this weekend. Speaking of March, first few days of March, it's going to be this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. One of the great events here in Baton Rouge, the Attic Trash and Treasure Sale. Actually, our Kelly Hubbard was live this morning. It's new location. You know where it is? The old Sears Mall, Louisiana. Tons of stuff to buy out there. It's one of those events that truly does give back to the community because all the money raised goes towards programs and charities that serve the community. So again, our Kelly Hubbard was out there this morning. All the information you have waiting for you, that she has waiting for you right there. Of course, we got to talk with your best friend and ours. Diane Deaton was out there this morning. When she was working here, this particular event was always one of her favorites. It is very much so now that she has a few extra hours to lend them, and she has been kind enough to be out there this morning and talk with our Kelly Hubbard. You never quite know what Diane's going to say. You just know she's going to say it for a long time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding at all. Love you, Diane. So there you go. Attic Trash and Treasure coming up this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Mall, Louisiana, the old Sears. You know exactly where that is. Okay, so that begins on Friday. This is tonight. Still ranked #1 in the country, even after that little hiccup. LSU baseball back on the baseball field tonight, as opposed to LSU baseball on the basketball court. That'd be weird. LSU baseball on the field tonight, taking on Texas there in Austin. The Longhorns, so you know, off to kind of a rough start, 3-4 on the season. They have played some rougher competition than LSU. In fact, they've already played 3 SEC teams, Missouri, Vanderbilt, Arkansas. They lost all 3 of those, but they have played them. Texas not real good at the dish just yet, not producing a lot of offense aside from one game against Texas Corpus Christi. We'll see. Can LSU keep them with no offense? I don't know. We'll see. First pitch, 6:30 tonight. Should be a nice test for LSU before they return from the Lone Star State. So there you go, a little bit of everything. WAFB Plus, so welcome to it, everybody. If you kind of get you ready for what is coming your way, that's the idea behind this particular little endeavor of ours, putting it in all the places you can find us. Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV as well, all the places. And I hear tell, I think I said it yesterday, Cap, and obviously I was mistaken. I think Liz is back tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I know. I came in today and I said, "Where's Liz?"
Exactly. I disappointed everybody.
On indefinite vacation.
She's like, "I'm done with you people. You guys are nuts." I don't blame her at all. Don't blame her at all.
Nope.
Okay. We are big fans down here of Mardi Gras. I know you are.
Yes.
You grew up with it. I mean, like a New Orleans area. Boy.
Yeah, we used to ride one of the truck parades, Elks Orleanians, which, you know, you've got Zulu, you got Rex, and then there were a couple of truck parades we would follow behind. So it was a bunch of families, and man, I miss that. That was a good time.
Do you ever get to a point where you're like, this is just too much? There's too much going on. This is a mess. I don't know what the heck is going on.
Yeah,
I mean, you're a kid.
Got a little crazy sometimes.
A little crazy? How about this level of crazy? Folks, welcome to Greece. Welcome to the Flower Wars. So this is, it's colored flour. This was on Monday as part of an old carnival tradition. Pits revelers against each other with just tons of cooking flour tinted with gold coloring. Hundreds participating in the event. There's a coastal fishing town there, about 120 or so miles west of Athens, if you know the archipelago, like I sure don't.
Oh, of course.
Celebration. You ever been?
No.
No, I need to go.
Sound like you've got a vacation home there.
I need to go. This is one of those spots. They mark the end of carnival season, the beginning of the Greek Orthodox Lenten fast, of course. They got the goggles going, the disposable pants, suits to protect themselves. Now, here's the thing. The tradition evolved from 19th century during a period when Greece was occupied by the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman rules had forbidden carnival festivities, but in defiance, locals would smear their faces with ash, A-S-H, and dance in the streets.
There you go.
There you go. Defiant.
Man, what a mess.
What an
And I
absolute
was
mess.
wondering about inhale. I see some people had face coverings and masks. I don't know if I'd
Not-
be able
not about all of them?
out there without something
Yeah.
over my nose and mouth.
I don't know. So you never made it that, you never did that level of
Oh, we
insanity?
didn't. You know that the worst part riding in New Orleans was ducking when things were thrown back at you on a float.
Back at you. Like, I don't want
Oh,
this.
Yeah. Or somebody got mad. They thought you weren't throwing enough. Yeah, I mean, it got a little dangerous sometimes.
Like back, well, heck, that's one of the reasons they're like with coconuts with Zulo, just handing them out now, no longer
Yeah.
chucking them long distance.
Yes.
Don't get damaged.
Plenty of things like that.
Yeah.
So did you ever make paper airplanes in your day?
I still do. The bosses
do?
get so irritated.
Oh, okay.
Is that not a thing? We
Probably
can't-
don't like if you're throwing paper airplanes.
That's probably
at the
not a good
bosses.
thing. I'll stop.
Yeah, we were doing this with my daughter not too long ago. I think
Really?
it's part of her engineering class, you know.
Yeah.
See how far you can make it go,
you
different
good?
designs. Not really. I kind of forgot how to do it.
I could just.
I
it's
mean,
like the
obviously
standard.
get online but
Sure.
But I was trying to make one just from memory.
Yeah.
and
No,
I lost that.
I'm terrible.
So check this out, all right? Now it can land you in the record books if you make a really good paper airplane. This is a team of young Boeing engineers.
Of course.
They're flying high after setting the Guinness World Record for the farthest flight by a paper airplane. Boeing shared a video documenting the successful attempt by the engineers whose paper plane took 20 minutes to fold and was designed for maximum weight for greater momentum.
What?
Okay? All the paper planning, prep, and production paid off as the plane smashed. How'd I do on
Do that again. That was pretty good.
All the paper planning, prep, and production paid off as the plane smashed the standing world
must be a
record
professional.
with a whopping flight distance of 290 feet.
What?
That's absurd.
290?
Yes, that's almost the length of a football field.
You ain't lying.
I mean, just nuts.
No, so I can't possibly. There's no way. I mean, my paper planes are so rudimentary.
Wait, so those guys are Boeing engineers?
They're starting them young these days, huh?
Or was it like, did they get help? I'm confused now.
Maybe these are, I don't know. Maybe they're just in the program.
Young Boeing engineers.
Young
it
Boeing
says.
engineers. Is it like another Boeing that we don't know about? Or is this like, these are
Stupid
planes we're
smart
flying in?
kids.
I know. All the
Show
smart
offs.
kids. What are you talking about? You got the PhD.
I,
It's like
again,
stupid smart kids.
just play a doctor on TV.
Stop.
Not a real one.
Stop. Okay. Speaking of stop, we saw this earlier this morning. Actually, we saw this over the last couple of days. Do you have what kind of apps do you have for your phone? Are there stuff on there you don't even know you
Yes,
have?
weather stuff.
You were that guy.
Uber, DoorDash.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
This is the dumbest. You ready?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, not this.
You saw it, right?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I saw this on
dumbest thing.
CBS Mornings earlier, walking through the studio. and
What in the world?
Just creepy.
Oh, long distance lovers may now have a way to lock lips over the internet, Stephen. A Chinese contraption. It's gone viral. Designed to pair with smartphones and mimic, that's right, mimic, real kisses by replicating the pressure, the movement, and the temperature.
So we've got
of
the
lips.
stills. I saw the video of this thing.
It's even
actually.
worse.
Oh my goodness.
I think I chose not to show the video because I'm not sure if that seems to be like one of those videos that typically there's like a paywall you have to access.
Is this like PG-13? We're going beyond.
This is your PG-13 version right here.
Oh man, when I'm telling you, when you see the video,
No, it's gross.
if you're worried about the
gross.
robots and everything taking, oh my goodness, like all the AI stuff is
Yeah.
happening now.
Yeah.
Now we've got this.
So what happens?
When are we gonna lose like
All of it?
our human interactions and yeah?
We're there. I mean, I'm telling you, half the time it's you got to get out. Yeah, just stop and get out there and actually interface one-on-one with a human. But I mean, you make a good point. At some point, when you pair up the Boston Dynamics robots that are just out there and
Yeah,
crazy
those things.
with AI and a set of lips like that, what movie is being made right now
No
with that?
kidding.
That's scary.
It's all happening so fast.
Yes, it
I
really
feel
is.
like a couple of years ago we were talking about this joke, and the robots are going to take over.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's a
now,
joke.
now we're like kind of getting there.
It's not a joke.
Yeah.
Right. Just don't come at me with the giant weird Chinese lips. Okay, so focus on the forecast, robot or not. How are we doing?
You know, if you like warm weather, pretty nice here through Thursday. But I tell you what, I think by the weekend, this kind of weather most of us can agree on as being really nice. We'll have
right,
sunshine, some cool mornings, and just beautiful afternoons.
That right there is about my 25-degree butter zone, like right upper 40s, mid 70s. Oh, look what you did.
It's nice.
Look what you did. Y'all enjoy.
The seductive styling of the 2022 Mazda CX-9 elevates your idea of what a three-row CUV can be.
Get 0% financing on a new Mazda CX-9 at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.